Hey, it's your girl Fury. Welcome to my channel. Since The Sims announced that the next pack release would be about werewolves, I decided that I would do an occult gameplay guide for y'all featuring the Valtorre household, 2 vampire NPCs, in a forgotten hollow world that comes with Sims 4 vampires. This gameplay guide is dedicated to one of my wonderful viewers here by the name of Kachi, who leaves the best motivational comments on my channel. Okay, you are absolutely wonderful and I appreciate you. I feel like it's confirmation that me making these videos aren't just entertaining, fun, insightful, and educational, but it's allowed me to connect with y'all. People who have a common love for the game as a community, and words just can't express how much I appreciate you guys, how much y'all motivate me, inspire me, and y'all make my heart full that y'all are here, y'all are subscribing, and y'all are enjoying what I'm put together. But class is in session, okay? We're gonna be playing in their original house. Only I did a few upgrades. I got them a TV, I got them 2 computers, I got them better quality beds, a yoga mat, and I put in some better lighting because certain parts of the light was definitely dark, and I don't want the video to be overly dark while I'm recording it for you, because I've noticed that while I'm playing it, it can look one way, but when I record it, it can tend to be darker. Okay, so for the most part, I've kept everything intact. Okay, I just added some extra stuff to it. So their lot, their careers, their traits, clothing, and hair are pretty much as they come in the game, outside of the extra objects I added to them, okay? This video should be drama free, but you know, anytime they sitting on the couch at the intro to the video, it's definitely about to go down, okay? So I hope that you enjoy this video. It is a lot of information on how to be a vampire. So if you want to go fix you a snack, get you a cup of water, throw some noodles in the microwave, warm your leftovers up, make a sandwich, whatever it is, fix yourself something to eat, kick back. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel because I got a lot of people watching. They enjoying the footage, but they're not subscribing. So make sure you are subscribed, kick back, and join me as we do a walkthrough on the Sims 4 Vampire Pack. Let's get ready to go down. Let's go ahead and get started. You ready? I'm ready. Thanks for being here. Let's go. We are going to start this video out with explaining your vampire's need tab because it is very different from regular Sims needs, okay? But while I'm talking about that, we're going to be doing social interactions with passerby Sims. This is why I have them sitting on the porch, because they definitely need to make friends with other Sims so that I can show you certain parts of this pack that you're going to need to know how to perform, okay? So the joys of their lot being where it is positioned is that you do get quite a lot of foot traffic coming through here. You have this like waterfall, pond, lake, creek thing over here, and you'll have people that'll walk through this little path here and by your house. You will have people that will jog by per usual. You know, that's just how they do in the game. You'll have people that will come off this little like road here, and then you also have a pretty nice park which we're definitely going to explore later on in the video. So we're just going to sit up here and we're going to do some social interactions as we go over this need tab, okay? I'm not even going to front with y'all. My Sims are not doing that great of a job of making friends right now, but it's a work in progress, okay? She's on the computer chatting with Jeff Landgrab, and he's over here cloud gazing with some random stranger. But we're just going to do a brief overview of your Vampire's Need tabs, and we're going to elaborate afterwards. Your needs tab is a bit different than regular Sims because their needs, their abilities, and everything is different from regular Sims. At the top, you're going to notice that the widest bar, which is the only one that is in a separate color, is your Vampire's energy. The description says vampires use vampire energy to perform powers and protect themselves from the harsh rays of the sun. Recover vampire energy by sleeping or using dark meditation. We're going to get into all the ways that you can maintain your vampire's energy, okay? Now, we do have a social meter. Your Sims may be eternal, but that doesn't mean that they don't want to make friends. They do have social needs and they socialize like regular Sims. But they do have special interactions, like being able to talk about life when they were mortals, mock the undead, complain about being vampires, and quite a few different interactions. You also have a fun bar, okay? They still want to have fun. Like, just because they're going to be living for an eternity doesn't mean that they don't want to enjoy it. So make sure that your Sims have fun. I feel like that goes without saying. They also have a hygiene meter. Just because your Sim vampires are eternal and they're going to live forever doesn't mean that they don't have to wash their behind. That's all it is on that. Make sure your vampires bathe. They can't be going around here biting on people and sucking on plasma and they ain't brush their teeth, okay? Make sure they bathe. Now, last but not least is thirst. They don't get hungry like regular Sims. They get thirsty. And yes, you know what they get thirsty for. Vampires drink blood. In this case, instead of calling it blood, they say plasma. Now, you do have options to nourish your vampires. But the thing is, your Sim has to put in work to, one, figure out ways that they can fulfill their thirst without biting other Sims. And it's also going to cost you. It's either going to cost you money, or it's going to cost you time and effort, or a combination of the two, okay? We're going to get into all the various ways that your Sim vampire feeds, okay? Trust me, we're covering everything from the floor to the ceiling, all right? But last but not least is the power points. You do actions that give you progress to higher ranks of being a vampire, ultimately becoming a grandmaster vampire, okay? If you have Get Famous, then it's like the celebrity fame meter. They reward you with power points to buy stuff that's going to make you a better vampire or make your existence as a vampire easier to deal with. Like I said, this is just a brief explanation of your Vampire's Need tabs. We're going to get into all of it plus more, but I feel like starting here was the most important, since you have to take care of your vampires like you do your Sims, okay? There's a lot to being a vampire, a lot. So pause this video here, go get yourself a snack or your cup of water, warm up your leftovers or whatever the case is, because you're going to be here for a while. I'm letting you know now that this video is definitely going to be long. It is a lot to it. I know that some of you guys enjoy the long videos because it's like we playing together with each other and we having this conversation, we chilling, we kicking back, we talking about The Sims, the game that we love playing, and we having fun with each other, okay? So go ahead and go get you a bag of chips or whatever you got, you know. Some water. Stay hydrated. Drinking water is important. I'm like y'all cousin. So you know I'm like family to y'all. So I'm going to be on y'all. Make sure you drinking your water. When you watch my videos, drink some water. Stay hydrated. But let's talk about something that's very important. Your vampire's energy. Okay, so she got up. I guess she's done talking to old boy or whatever. But anyways, your vampires don't really need sleep to be able to function. I'm the same way, okay? I'm nocturnal, but I'm more like a raccoon. I'm up late at night eating junk and doing random stuff, okay? But anyways, their vampire energy decreases when they do various things, such as use their vampire powers, which we'll discuss, or simply going out in the sun. If you know anything about vampires, then you know that going out in the sun is a big no-no. There are ways to counteract the effects of the sun, and we're going to get to those, okay? But if you notice that their energy is dwindling, they have them sleep in the bed like regular Sims. You can get them a coffin if you like. You can sleep in it like it's a regular coffin. Hibernate. You can engrave it, or you can read what's written on it. You know, you're gonna get your vampire energy fulfilled from it. Or you can simply click on your vampire. You can go to vampire and you can do a dark meditation. She's gonna float, similar to like how when your sim has a lot of wellness points with the spa day pack when they do their meditation. Only in this situation, it is quickly filling your vampire's energy needs, okay? And despite having high quality beds, I feel like this is going to like boost their energy way faster to go into sleep well. But the thing is, once you're done doing it, if your energy hasn't filled, it just hasn't filled. It is what it is, okay? Now, your sim is not going to lose energy unless they do activities that is going to decrease it, or if they go out in the sun and don't have immunity to it, okay? It's really helpful if you are the type of simmer that's like money and goal oriented, okay? If you wanted to go getting simmers who like to hustle and make cash and get to the paper, secure the sim bag, you know, having a sim that's a vampire is really helpful because they don't do sleep. It is what it is. Sleep ain't really their thing. They always awake. Friend, if you are playing along with me, remember to save, okay? Make sure you save frequently because I don't want to hear it about you been playing for hours, your game crashed and you lost your progress, okay? So make sure you save. I got her on the couch with Jeff Landgraf, who she invited over. So we're going to work on our socials with him and boost our relationship while me and you talk about feeding. Your sim vampire will definitely need to feel their thirst meter, okay? They're going to have to feel that thirst meter. Now, learning some methods do require more research. You're going to have to do your research. Other methods require time and effort. Other methods require money. And some efforts require time, effort, and money, okay? But we're going to start with the easiest way for your sim to feel their thirst need. Using your friends. If you are going to be playing with this family in this lot, for some reason there is an insane amount of foot traffic that is coming from this waterfall, pond, creek, lake area where your sims can go fishing, because they'll walk across here and they'll walk by your yard, as you can see, okay? You'll have Sims that'll walk past your house. You'll have Sims that'll come down this trail. And you will also have Sims who do like to come and kick it at this park, which we will explore later, okay? So your Sims do have an insane amount of foot traffic coming through if you do decide to play in this lot. So you will be able to meet somebody that you can make friends with, but you're gonna have to make friends with them, okay? The thing is, hold on, what are they doing? Oh, hip bump. I thought they was getting ready to fight, y'all. See? I thought they was getting ready to fight. You know how Sims do. You know how they do. Anyways. You need to be friends with your Sims to be able to feed off of them. And you need to be good friends with them. Because Sims are always okay with letting you know on them. Because you need a snack. The better the relationship, the better your chances are. Because I've been pretty good friends with a Sim. Asked them, hey, yo, you mind if I, drink just a little bit? Not too much, just a little bit. And I've had them flat out tell me no, despite being friends, okay? So you do have a few options here on drinking plasma from your Sims. So let's talk about those real quick while they get their hip up on. We spend the time making friends with Jeff. This is where the meat is at, and we are going to see if he will allow us to drink some of his plasma, okay? Just because you got a good relationship with these Sims doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to allow you to drink their plasma. I mean, you go biting on a Sim neck, that ain't gonna leave a hickey, that's gonna leave 2 bite marks. And imagine how his wife Nancy gonna feel when he come back to their lot. This is gonna be a situation, okay? But to try to drink their plasma, you click on them, you're gonna go to vampire, and you're gonna go to drink plasma. So here we got a couple options. Let's talk about them. You can ask for permission to drink. Now, if you ask for permission to drink, it's going to fill your thirst need a little, but your Sim is not going to have any negative reactions to it, okay? You asking nicely. Now, you can compel for a small drink, and it'll feel more thirst than if you ask for permission to drink. They're going to let you drink a little if you ask, but if you compel it for a small drink, you will grant more thirst, but other Sims may react negatively to it. Then you could compel for a deep drink. Drinking deeply from a Sim grants more thirst, but other Sims may react negatively to it. And when they mean other Sims reacting, they're not just talking about this Sim that you're going to be drinking from, because it could cause them to pass out into the floor and they out until you wake them up, pretty much. You may also get text messages from other Sims who found out that you sitting up here putting people under with your bibbity boppity boo, and you drinking their plasma without asking for their permission. Some of them do not take well to that, okay? They will hit you up and they will let you know how they feel about it. Also, some vampires get a tense moodlet for 4 hours for drinking from the living. Think of it as being a vegetarian and being forced to eat a ham sandwich. There are better ways. So let's see if he's gonna let us get something. Because sometimes you may have a good relationship with them, but they be like, no, keep your fangs away from me. And they get upset about it. But we've really been working on this relationship, and we gonna see. She like, whatever. Yeah, I just want to drink some plasma, boo. Care about all that.
Donkey boo. What you?
See, they just became good friends. So let's see.
Bon and Grobby? Oh, yes.
I feel like he gonna be with it. Yes, he said, sure, Lilith, I'll offer you my wrist. Caleb up there working on his writing skills. He ain't paying nobody any attention. And he like, okay, girl, that's enough. And that's that. So, remember how I said you get vampire power points? She got some progress up her vampire meter just for sitting up here drinking his plasma, okay? So, once your sim has drank from another sim, you're not going to be able to go and drink from them after some time has passed, okay? So, try and stay on top of your thirst. It could definitely be a challenge. There are other options for your sims to feel their thirst, but we're going to get into that a little bit later. We're going to learn something very important: how to learn about vampires. Your sim will definitely need to learn about vampire lore. It's kind of like studying about your history, learning how to take care of yourself, and life hacks, only you aren't alive. You'll learn very useful knowledge that you can't put to use until you learn it. Like, there are things in this game that you need to know how to do as a vampire, but the thing is, you can't do it until you learn how. Like, other ways to feed yourself. So I can tell you, I can sit up here and tell you all that you need to know, okay? I can tell you all that you want to know. But the thing is, it's not going to do you any good if you don't do the research, because your vampire sim has to find these things out for themselves before they can do it, okay? So you need to purchase vampire lore tomes. They're basically Encyclopedia Britannicas for vampires. Now, if you one of the types of simmers who use cheats to increase your skills, this is not the time to do so, okay? Don't increase your sim's vampire lore skills using a cheat, okay? Because the thing is, your sim will learn random facts about vampirism that appear in your notifications that are extremely useful, okay? You're not going to get those notifications teaching you about vampires if you increase your skills using cheats. You know, like if you increase your programming skill and it's going to say your sim can now hack supercomputers and stuff like that, it's not going to do that. As you read these books, it's going to drop knowledge off on you, and it's going to have these little random notifications pop up that's going to put you on game. And you can't use the knowledge until you receive it, okay? You're going to see what I mean in a second, trust me. Let's go ahead and buy some books. Our good sis Lilith needs to read books as a daily task for her job that she has to be at in the morning, okay? So we're going to use her as an example, and hopefully the fact that it's a vampire tome, she'll like get credit for it as a book. We're going to find out. But anyways, you go to purchase vampire tomes, and you can get Encyclopedia Vampirica Volume 1, okay? You can only buy the volume that you have the knowledge to be able to understand. So as your sim sits up here and absorbs the information, they'll be able to buy other books, okay? Now, total, all in all, for the whole collection, is going to cost you 1,475 simoleons. Okay. So again, it's going to cost you 1,475 simoleons. Now you can research lore on the PC, but to be honest, it's a waste of time. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you know now. Don't even waste your time going to a computer and research your lore, because it's going to tell you that that's all the information that you're going to learn about it. And they ain't even going to tell you anything really. So once you've absorbed all the information from Encyclopedia Vampirica Volume 1, which goes for 75 simoleons, you'll have the opportunity to move on to the next one. It'll go to your Sim's personal inventory, and you can sit there and just read it. It's not like the other books where it's going to take your Sim a whole bunch of time to sit up here and absorb this knowledge, okay? I mean, it's going to take some, but it's not going to take a whole lot. And see, just like that. It says, Lilith is delving deep into research of vampires. There seems to be a lot of knowledge that she can unlock if she continues to research. So it's telling you that you need to read this book to unlock the knowledge, plain and simple. Now, reading this information will give you some progress in PowerPoints. Like, you will build progress for PowerPoints. Okay, so even though it is a vampire tome, she is getting credit for it, as we see. And I don't know if I brought this up, but around your plumb bob, they have like this stone shape that has a bat engraved on it. That's how you can tell that your Sim is a vampire. Isn't that neat? Anyways, moving on. It says, unlocked vampire tome. Lilith has discovered the Von Flavius Vampire Emporium while searching for vampires. She can now purchase Encyclopedia Vampirica Volume 1 on the computer under Vampire Secrets. So basically, they tell you you don't need no bookcase to be able to purchase the other book. So, she's learned that she could use frogs as a valuable source of materials for creating your own plasma packs. She's really not learning this information in order, by the way. Wait a minute, where's you going? What is she doing? So push-ups, girl, come over here and read this book. I'm trying to do no push-ups. Get up. I'm gonna push ups in the boots. Come over here and sit down. We got company and you need to tell them the stuff that you learned. I need to get rid of some of these chairs because they're kind of in the way of my gameplay view. Okay, so it says discover plasma packs. Bam, there we go. That's what we need. Lilith discovered that there's an alternate method for vampires to satisfy their thirst. She can now order plasma packs on the computer. Yes, that's what we need. That's what we need. Let's go to the computer and I'm going to put you on game. So she just learned a way that your vampire can fill their thirst needs without biting other humans. You can go to your computer. You can click Vampire Secrets and you can hit order plasma packs. Now they are not cheap. They are 50 simoleons, okay? So since she is pretty much full, we're gonna go to our personal inventory and we're gonna give these to Caleb, okay? And Caleb is gonna show you how it's done, because he doesn't have the knowledge yet on how to order these. Plasma packs is pretty much like Capri Suns. Your sim will sit up here and put a straw in them and drink from them, and they're not going to find them to be very filling. See? So he done drank it. And now you'll see his meter go up some. But you saw how much he drank, and you see it ain't really do him that good. I feel like it's like drinking juice. Like, it'll knock the dust off your stomach, but it ain't gonna do but so much. And at the end of the day, these things are 50 simoleons a pop. I feel like if they cost that much, they should be a little bit more filling than that. So you see, he had to drink 2 of them to get to where he is right now. And he ain't even 100% full yet. Yeah. For 50 simoleons, like, you'd expect better, but when you know better, you do better. Okay? Like, that's one option for your sim to be able to fill their thirst need. And you see here already getting negative points from it that fast. And he watching a cooking show. Oh, if y'all want to laugh real quick, Caleb does not eat human food, obviously, but guess what his job is? He is in the critic line of work. So eventually he will become a food critic. So that means he's going to have to learn how to cook human food to be able to progress and get promotions and succeed in his industry. You just never know what life has in store for you, huh? Caleb is over there reading the volume 1 of the Vampire Tome, okay? I do a lot of work behind the scenes that you guys don't see in the footage, okay? In between shots. So, if you are a PC player who plays with mods and you have wicked whims, then you know who this girl is. You know who this girl is. And we are going to have Caleb go and speak to her so he can befriend her. So he can have somebody that he can sit up here and end up drinking their blood. So if you know who she is, then you're going to be thoroughly amused. Like I said, these plasma packs are not cheap. And my sim is not balling out of control, okay? Sis is making 25 simoleons an hour. So she's going to have to work like a whole shift to even like handle her thirst living off of plasma packs right now. Like, I mean, she's going to be making more money, but right now, you know, it's looking a little sketchy. So something that you'll learn as you read your vampire tomes is you can make plasma packs with fish or with frogs. So Caleb went fishing. So I moved some fish over to her inventory, and all you have to do is go and click on the fish and hit create plasma pack. It instantly creates the plasma pack for you, okay? There's no wait time. And one of the benefits of it is, you see, this fish is only valued at 7 simoleons. This plasma pack will sell for 50 simoleons. So you can sit up here and take the fish that you catch that are of a lower value. You could turn them into plasma packs and you can sit up here and sell them. So that's a whole other hustle that you don't even realize is there. If your sim isn't that great at fishing, turn those fish that are cheaper, lesser value, into plasma packs. You're going to eat both ways. Your sim can live off of plasma fruit also. as you continue your quest for knowledge in regards to vampire lore, you will find out about plasma fruit and other plants and herbs and stuff that you can use to make drinks, make other recipes with, and just to be able to eat out of your inventory. Plasma fruit is like regular fruit, okay? If you eat it, it's not going to be that filling. So you're going to have to eat quite a few of these in plasma packs to be able to function and deal with your sim vampire's thirst throughout the day, okay? But it's doable. You're just going to have to take those plasma fruits and plant them so you can grow an orchard of them and be able to have enough to harvest and make meals off of them, eat out of your inventory, and also to use for other recipes that we will learn about, okay? Using the Hardly Hungry reward where your aspiration points works on hunger. It does not work on the Sims from the Twilight Saga. So you can purchase the seeds by clicking on the planter boxes for 300 simoleons, because being a vampire is definitely expensive, okay? So you can click on them, and you got different types of seeds that you can purchase. But what you're going to do is you're going to ignore purchase cannabis seeds. You don't see that, okay? You can purchase garlic seeds, plasma fruit, and you can purchase wolfsbane and 6 mosquito trap seeds, okay? So those are options that your sim will be able to purchase directly from that as you continue your quest for knowledge in the vampire lore area, okay? You can also click on a PC and you can go to Vampire Secrets, and you can also purchase the seeds that you need that way too, okay? So yeah, like, it's not cheap. I ain't even gonna sit there here and lie to you. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you on to some game real quick. You ready? Caleb is home and back from work, so we are gonna have him do this next section because he has sunlight immunity that Lilith doesn't have. So that means that he can be out in the sun for longer periods of time without burning or losing vampire energy, okay? So, like I said, you can purchase plasma fruit, you can purchase these garlic seeds, you can purchase this 6 mosquito trap seeds and wolfbane seeds, but this stuff can be costly, okay? So, if your sim is broke as a joke, you can come to Forgotten Hollow if you don't live here, or even if you do, and just comb the area. Over in the bushes, your sim is going to find some wild wolfsbane growing, okay? Now, if they come over here to these trees, they're going to find a variety of other plants growing. You'll find wolfsbane. On this side of it, you will find garlic. You rotate the map, and behind the trees, you will find a wild plasma fruit tree. Okay? Now, if you see this brick red house in the game, it is near the waterfall and this like lake. Something that you can do is come behind it and you'll notice garlic is growing. Does he dislike gardening? No, you don't dislike gardening. Caleb, you love it. So we're going to have him get some more garlic from over here. And one of the issues with your vampire sims harvesting garlic is they don't like it. I mean, what vampire do you know that likes garlic? Keep it 100. You can also come over here to the park. You have wolfsbane growing. You have the wild 6 mosquito traps growing. You just rotate around and your sim will find an assortment of different seeds and plants and flowers and stuff that they can be able to grow without having to break the bank. Even if they do get some uncomfortable movement from it, like at least they'll be able to start a garden for free. So, yeah, Caleb, he's a little upset right now. It's all good. But the thing is, you can't use your PowerPoints to be able to purchase garlic immunity. He'll be all right. Trust me. Caleb ain't gonna die. Because he picked a couple bulbs of garlic out of somebody's backyard. So, what you can do, sit up here and start your own little garden. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, but if you're going to be trying to live off of plasma fruit, you definitely do want to have, like a little orchard of plasma fruit growing. Now, the 6 mosquito traps, they don't do anything like as far as recipes or making drinks go. What they do is they're like a Venus flytrap. You want to plant these in your garden and they're going to eat the bugs. So that way you don't have to be sitting up here spraying for bugs all the time. So do I recommend growing 1 or 2 or enough to cover your garden? Yeah. It'll definitely be a help. So you sit up here and plant all these different vegetables, fruits, and herbs and flowers because you can use most of them in recipes. Now, you can make plasma salad, but at the end of the day, your vampire is going to get sick if they eat human food, okay? Even if, see, here we go. I know Tina peeping is not talking, and she be sitting up here peeping in people's windows because she's a perv. And she up here messaging me talking about she can't believe that I'm sitting up here deep drinking from people. That's like the pot calling the kettle black. But okay, moving on. Like I was saying, he can make plasma salad, but I mean, your vampires don't eat human food. So even if it is made from plasma fruit, your sim is going to be like, oh, nah, this ain't it. And they're going to get sick and have to throw it up. But there are magical drinks that if your sim has enough knowledge about, they can go to their bar and they can make them. You want to talk about those? Let's go ahead and talk about those because some of the stuff that they can pull off is definitely powerful. Oh, before I get started on making drinks, let's talk about this water real fast over here. Okay, so there's also a wild 6 mosquito trap right here. So you see this little fishing sign. You could fish here, or you could come over to the other side and you could fish here. All right. So, just to bring it up, this water is a trip. You can find some interesting freaky deaky creatures growing it, like living in this water. Okay. You can get like a bat fish, some vampire fish creature thing, and you can also find vampire encyclopedias, and sometimes you can find plasma fruit and garlic. So if you want to sit and devote the time to fishing this body of water, you will definitely turn up some stuff like, different plants that you can use that help start your garden and make it bigger and grow faster also. So that's also an option. And you can also sell this weirdo looking fish that be growing in it. Not only will you learn ways to feel thirst from reading your vampire tomes, but you'll also learn how to make special drinks by using the bar, okay? So you just click on it, make drink, and it's going to pull up various options. So your sim can make a sunlight reversal cocktail for 27 simoleons if they have 2 garlic and a plasma fruit. Now what it does is it grants your sim temporary immunity from the effects of the sun. Now, if your sim is a human, they can drink a vampire resistance cocktail, which is made from 2 wolfsbane. And what it will do is protect your sim from the effects of vampires. Plasma Jane is just a cute little, little drink, nothing special. But you also have these others. The Drought of Reconfiguration is the equivalent of booking a celebrity cleanse to reset your perks chosen by using your PowerPoints. We're going to do a deep dive on those PowerPoints, okay? But if you don't like the ones that you selected, you can make this drink and it'll clear all of that out, and you can reselect them using the points that you have accrued, okay? And last but not least, we have the Ultimate Vampire Cure, which is going to take 10 garlic, 10 wolfsbane, and 10 plasma fruit, okay? And I feel like it does what you think it does. That goes without saying. The Ultimate Vampire Cure is going to cure your vampire sim of vampirism, and they're going to turn human lickety split, okay? Now these stiff drinks come with stiff prices. The Drought of Reconfiguration is 1k simoleons, and the Ultimate Vampire Cure is 2500 simoleons. So I told you, being a vampire, it ain't cheap. But hey, it is what it is. All of those ingredients that we named are going to require your sim to go out in the sun if you're growing them yourself or harvesting them from the wild. So let's talk about the sun real quick. When they go outside, they'll automatically open their umbrellas to protect them from its burning rays. However, some activities like gardening require you to use your hands, okay? As I said before, the sun will deplete their energy and give negative moodlets. Now, if you have spa day, buy that little mini refrigerator, okay? I have done gameplay guides on spa day after they did the refresh, and I did a walkthrough on that one. That was one of my first videos that I did, and it's always going to be one of my favorites. And I talked about this mini refrigerator. What you can do is you can purchase facial masks from it if you have it, or you can also get them from the computer. So we're going to have our sim purchase and apply a face mask called the Sun Soothing Facial Mask, okay? Now it's going to cost you 35 simoleons, and we're going to put it on. So what we're going to do is we're just going to call a sim. We're going to call Tina, and we're just going to sit up here and kill time, okay? We're going to call Tina while we wait on the effects of the mask to take place. Well, I guess you don't want to talk. Let's call this girl back. Hey, Tina. What's up, Tina? How you doing? Now, girl, I just got this mask on. It has to stay on for like 15-20 minutes. Oh, for real? Who you trying to get sexy for, girl? You know, it's hard out here trying to date when you a vampire. You know that new iPhone 19,072 about to come out? Okay, so she done took that face mask off on her own. That's how you know it's working. Look at your mullahs. What does that say? Protected. Bam! She has a confident +1 mullah, but that's not the important part. It says whatever was in that mask has Lilith feeling like she can fight the sun. So your sim is going to get immunity from the sun for a whopping 12 hours from wearing that mask once. So let's test it out. You know, because she's tired of Caleb being able to go outside and chill in the sun and have fun in the sun. It's summer. Summer almost up and she has done nothing the whole entire summer at all. And she's tired of that. She want to get out the house and do something besides going to work all the time. So as you see, our good sis is enjoying fishing. She cooling it. She chilling. Got her business blouse and her slacks. And she's learning how to fish. And she is not getting burned up by that sun. Wear your sunscreen. Hey, you see she just caught some garlic. But yeah. So that mask is a real benefit. And that's one thing that a lot of people don't know about, is the fact that that mask will protect your vampire sims for a whole 12 hours, okay? And you can also buy immunity if your sim has enough power points. Let's talk about power points real quick, and I'll show you how to buy immunity from the sun, so you don't have to repetitively buy masks for 35 simoleons every time you want to go outside for 12 hours. I know y'all are probably like, you keep talking about these PowerPoints. Girl, just show us the PowerPoints. Now, if you go to your needs tab, you will see PowerPoints, and you will see how many you have accrued if you have any. And you will also see this meter, and it's going to tell you what your next reward will be. You gain power points by doing like vampire activities such as drinking plasma, reading your tomes, and other stuff that we are definitely going to talk about soon. So you can click on your Vampire Powers book, and it's going to show you an assortment of powers, and it's also going to show you an assortment of weaknesses. It says Vampire Powers. Obtaining more powers will have some consequences. Select weaknesses as you gain a strength. The BS about it is, as you select these powers, which will help you be a better vampire, or not only just be a better vampire, but have a better experience as a vampire, you will also have to select weaknesses until you become a Grandmaster Vampire. Once you reach Grandmaster Vampire, you can continue to select any of these powers, and you will not have to take on any more of these weaknesses at all, okay? So that's one of the benefits of it. You also get like +2, I want to say +2. You get like +1, +2 positive moodless for a couple hours too, once you become a Grandmaster Vampire. But anyways, if this looks familiar to you, you are correct. If you have the Get Famous pack, this is the celebrity screen that has the perks and the quirks on it. How when you do different activities that help you to become more famous, to give you fame points, you can use those fame points to go and purchase certain perks that will help your sim be a better celebrity, get more notoriety, more fame, make more money, and just a various assortment of stuff. But as your sim becomes more famous, you also get quirks like your phone number being leaked, or you having emotional issues, like you get mad really easily, okay? So like here, is eternal sadness. With get famous, you get upset, you get mad easily. So you definitely have your similarities, okay? So we're going to read over these real fast, okay? So your powers are occult student, you'll use less vampire energy. Eternally welcome, you can lock and unlock doors at other Sims homes. Cast hallucination, you can make another Sim talk to themselves. Bat form, you gain the ability to fly anywhere as a bat. Detect personality, learn all about another Sim's traits. Vampire creation, gain the power to turn other Sims into vampires. Garlic immunity, gain immunity to the negative effects of garlic objects. Oh, we definitely picking that one. Command, control the minds of other Sims. Vampire strength, win fights more often and work out more efficiently. Vampiric allure, basically you're going to make other Sims find you attractive. Manipulate life spirit, gain the power to drain life spirit from other Sims or restore life spirit from those who have been drained. Irresistible slumber, put another Sim to sleep. Child of the moon, become stronger in the nighttime. Mesmerize, put another Sim into a trance. Odorless, hygiene needs doesn't decrease anymore. Sun resistance, gain resistance to the harmful effects of sunlight. Yes. So you can go up to the next tier and get perfect sun resistance. So now you're completely immune to the sun. Deprived needs, you can deplete the needs of another Sim. Supernatural speed, gain the power to run at super speed. Listen, your vampires already move quickly, like they be on it, okay? They'll across the room real fast. So you'd be like, dang. But if you use the supernatural speed, honey, light speed. Dampen emotions. You become more resistant to change in emotion. Like your Sim doesn't get as mad or tense or whatnot as fast, but it does keep your Sim from being like inspired or focused or other stuff like that faster. Immortal pleasures. Fun need doesn't decrease anymore. Tame thirst. Lilith will never drink from other Sims on her own when low on thirst. Beyond the herd. Social need doesn't decrease anymore. Mist form. Gain the power to teleport anywhere as a cloud mist. So yeah, you can move across the room as a mist. So it's like, it's kind of annoying because it's like the bathroom is right there. Your Sim can literally take just a few steps to get to the bathroom. Is it necessary to disappear into a cloud of mist and then just to go to the restroom? No. But is it helpful if your Sim has quite a good deal of distance to travel? Oh, definitely, because they move quickly when they're in mist form. It could be disabled and enabled. Influence emotion. Make nearby Sims feel a specific emotion. So those are the pretty much perks, the powers, okay? So the weaknesses will, let's see. What can we find? You know what? We'll sit up here and work on her powers later. But to be able to choose these perks, she's going to have to take a weakness until she becomes a Grand Master Vampire, okay? She's going to have to. Like, there's no way around it. So you can do uncontrollable hissing, but that's annoying because your Sim would just go at random people. It's annoying, okay? Guilty drinker. They become guilty with drinking for sins without permission. Sloppy drinker. She gains less thirst when drinking. Sleep with an undead. Your sim is only able to sleep in coffins. She has a coffin, so we can select that. Fitful sleep. Power gain is reduced while sleeping. Nightmare sleep. Like, they're gonna have a hard time sleeping if you pick that, okay? Insatiable thirst. You're gonna get thirstier quickly. Day phobia. She's weaker during the day and her powers fail far more often. Or eternal sadness. Lilith will occasionally get really, really sad. So it's like, you can sit up here and you can have all your needs filled. Literally all your Sims needs can be filled and will not decrease anymore at all, except for the thirst. But it comes at a price, because you're going to have to select a weakness before you can even confirm any of your selections. Oh yeah, I'm going to show you guys something. If you don't have a good relationship with a sim, you can definitely click on them and compel them to get you a deep drink, okay? You see how he passed out? Homeboy is done. She don't care. Like, she's not her brother. She does not become guilty when she drinks from living Sims. Like, she would be like, shh, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Her brother is the one who be freaking out. So she basically just gonna leave him on the porch and she's gonna go about her day while she works on her vampire points, her power points. She don't care. She like, everybody is out for self in this world. No, Caleb, no, I'm recording. Put your clothes back on. Y'all, I had Caleb put his clothes back on. I do not have time to fool with him. Not while I'm recording a video for y'all. Caleb, seriously? So he just isn't taking being a vampire as seriously as his sister is, okay? Like, she's almost to being a grandmaster vampire and Caleb is just out here existing, okay? So, something that you can do when you have Sims of varying levels of expertise, she can click on him and she can click on vampire and she can offer vampiric training. Now, if it was the other way around, he could request vampiric training for her if, you know, the ranks was different. So she really needs to teach her baby brother some stuff, because, honey. Yeah, get him together, girl. Because he be doing the absolute most. You can't be claiming him as family. Alright, so if you notice, he got a little bit closer to his next mark, okay? I mean, you can mentor your Sims in, like, art and stuff, so it's pretty much the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so now he's passed this section and he got 4 power points that he can use. It did deplete his energy, as you notice. It also depleted some of hers. Now, if you go to click on it, go to vampire, you're not going to be able to do it again for quite some time, okay? She has to wait until her powers can build up some. It is what it is, okay? So, he definitely got, you know, some use from it. Because was he gonna sit up here and read that book and study how to be a vampire and everything on his own? Bye. So everybody in the Vittori household is asleep after they had that mentoring session that did deplete some of their energy. But the guy who she knocked to the ground unconscious from drinking his plasma is up and thriving, okay? So while they finish getting their rest, which they'll be up in a few, we're going to talk about a couple things. Now, when you read those vampire lore books, they'll give you information on things that's not really that useful. Like, it'll tell you that Count Vladislav Starr the First is the sole survivor of the original settlers that came to Forgotten Hollow. So he's the only one left. No wonder he looked like that. He needs a makeover, okay? Look like he been through it. But he's the last surviving settler of the originals that came to Forgotten Hollow, okay? So, something else that we can talk about is garlic. Let's see if he has enough in his inventory. Probably not. Oh yeah, he does. So we're gonna move some of the garlic over to him. Reading those books will also tell you how to prevent having a mishap dealing with a vampire, okay? So what you can do is, if you have enough garlic, you can click on the garlic, go to make garlic object, and you can make a garlic braid, which uses 5 garlic bulbs. You can make a garlic garland, which uses 15 garlic bulbs, or you can make a wreath, which uses 10. Now, if you hang these around your home, it will help to keep your vampire sim from biting. But at the end of the day, if your vampire sim has used enough of its power points to be able to have garlic immunity, I don't know what to tell you, because it's not going to work. So, you know, while they sitting up here getting a beauty rest, you know, I just felt like telling you a few things that you will learn from reading the vampire lore that we didn't really discuss, okay? But yeah, enough garlic around the house is going to keep a vampire from biting, unless they have that vampire garlic immunity power. Then you on your own. You definitely are on your own. Lilith just got home from work. And not only did her brother get promoted today, but so did she. She has been promoted to blogger. She will now make an additional 7 simoleons per hour for a grand total of more than her brother is making. She's also received the following bonus: 407 simoleons and a Milton word processor. So I'm just going to sell it. But anyways, it is the weekend. We are going to turn up. We're going to invite some of the alive sims that they are friends with over to the house. And I'm going to show you how you can use your vampire powers on your sim homies. And we're going to celebrate their promotions at the same time, okay? So you ready to turn up? I'm ready to turn up. Let's invite some friends over and get this sim celebration party started at the Vittori residence. Let's go. Lilith is back from work, okay? And not only did her brother get promoted today, but so did she. She's been promoted to blogger. She will now make an additional 7 simoleons, friend, for a grand total of more than what her brother is making. She is also receiving the following bonus of 407 simoleons and a Milton word processor, which is pretty much going to get sold, okay? But anyways, so what we're going to do is, since it is the weekend, we're going to turn up. We're going to invite some of our alive sim homies, and I'm going to show you how you can use your vampire powers on your friends, okay? So let's invite some people over. We're going to have a party, and we're going to show off what our vampire sims are really made of. You ready? Let's turn up. Let's go. Let's get this party started. But also, let's get Lilith to invite everybody because she has more friends than Caleb. My sim didn't even have to invite a bunch of people because 2 sims already showed up, okay? Jeff came with gifts. I love a generous man. Let's see what he got her. An old Gabby. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the thought that counts, right? Okay, it's only valued at 25 simoleons. But, you know, sometimes small gifts that mean a lot don't have to be expensive. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person that if you give me a gift, it doesn't matter how much it costs. I'm going to be grateful that you were thinking of me, because at the end of the day, people don't have to do anything for you. So, you know what? Thanks, Jeff. I'm going to treasure it. Let's put it somewhere where it could be seen, since you can always think of him. There you go. Even though he got a wife. Let's get this party started. You're waiting on the other guests to show up, but the whole purpose of this party is not just to celebrate our sim being promoted at their jobs, but also to show you how to do vampire commands, okay? So, we're going to click on good old Jeff for giving me a toy, and we're going to do some of the different commands and things that our vampire sims can do. Now, our good sis has every single vampire power that you can purchase with your power points. So she has more abilities than other vampires do, okay? Now, the options are detect personality, cause hallucination, irresistible slumber, mesmerize. We could turn him into a vampire. Of course, we could drink his plasma. You know, that's something that we could do anyways. Now, we could deprive his needs, which will drain his needs of choice: bladder, energy, hunger, or hygiene. Listen, we got food, we got beds, we got a bathroom, but we are not about to sit up here and deprive his hygiene. I don't have time or the nose for that, okay? Now, something else that you can do is command your, your sim folks, and you can command them to be mean, promiscuous, command them to clean, command to leave, repair, sit, undress, work out, okay? So you have your options. Let's command him to be mean towards Daryl, who basically just kind of invited himself without us asking. So Caleb has made some plasma fruit salad for his human friends. And as we see, So he just sat up and he just walked up on him and was like, haha, your mama ugly. I guess. So we could have Caleb click on him, and he can also do some commands himself. Command to be promiscuous. You know what? Let's see what that's about. And we're gonna have Lilith, who's upstairs, completely ignoring the fact that we have company right now. You know what? We don't need her to undress. Oh wow, look. When I went to hover over command to clean, which is grayed out, it says not even the mind control powers of a vampire could get a slob to care about cleanliness. Let me find out that she don't believe in cleaning up. Ew. Nasty. Filthy McNasty. Okay, we're gonna cause her to hallucinate. So while we waiting on her to get downstairs, let's see what's up with Caleb. He's supposed to be promiscuous. And she's hallucinating.
Chonkaby, Shabashu Kanumi, Wamba.
Okay, this party whack. So she could cause her to stop hallucinating. I mean, she was talking to herself in the mirror anyway, so what's the difference?
Not a fish? You sure?
So now she done got over herself. She good. Now she could cause her to do certain things on her own, but you know what? We don't need to drain her life spirit. Draining a Sim's life spirit will grant a lot of thirst, but will wipe the Sim's memory. You know what? Let's do it anyway, because I don't like her. I don't like how she be peeking in my windows, doing the absolute most. I don't like that. Yeah. So Warren came up in my house and he didn't speak to anybody. And he went and got on the computer. I didn't ask her for that. You're going to command him to clean up the house. Alright, so she about to drain her life spirit. Maybe if she wipe her memory, she'll forget to stop peeking in my window all the time. Nasty. She probably enjoying that. Look at her. She look. Yeah, she loving that. Look at her. Oh! Wow. Wow. Make up your mind. Did you like it or did you hate it? It be like that sometimes. Wow. Sis is done. What's that song by Two Live Crew? Face down, up. That's the way we like to. You know what? We gotta keep it PG over here on YouTube, okay? But anyways, if you know anything about Two Live Crew, then you know the lyrics to that song. But she done drained sis. She done knocked her out. But her stomach is full. I'll tell you that much. You would think that they're doing all this stuff at this party, like somebody would freak out and be like, "Oh, this ain't it, y'all. Let's go. Let's go drink." Yeah, this party boring. And that's the gift he gave her. You know what? He got a trash can on his hat. He is rich, and that's the best you could do. You know what? I take my comment back. I take it back. This party whack. Yeah, this party is whack. She need better friends. Okay, so he is tense plus 50 because he drank his plasma. Like, he is real upset about that. Oh, dang. I know I got people at my house, and I know he in his feelings right now, but we just gonna have him pretend like ain't nobody here. We're gonna do some yoga, and we gonna take a mud bath and get him together, because he is not gonna be like that for 4 hours. Y'all got me messed up. And who is this? And what did she have on? Y'all, this party is dry. I thought partying with vampires would be lit. Y'all, I thought this party was gonna be turned. This party is dry. And she just drinking some plasma? Girl, you're not even thirsty. That plasma is 50 simoleons a Capri Sun. Oh my goodness. Anyways, let's give her something to do. Okay, so not only can you click on Sims to do vampire tricks at parties, but you can also click on your vampire to do vampire stuff. So since my sim has every power purchase, I'm going to give you an overview of all the different stuff that your sim vampire can do on their own interactions, that you can click on them and they can perform while sis is still bent over. I mean, there's always somebody at a party that's passed out. It ain't a party if somebody ain't passed out. Okay, so this conversation with, what's her name? I don't even know her name. Hold on. Yumi. Yumi is whack, okay? So we're going to end this conversation, and I'm going to show you some things. Click on your vampire sim. You're going to go to vampire, okay? So you have various options. You can always move as a bat. You can always move as a mist, okay? The joys of being able to move as a mist is your sim can cover some ground extremely fast. But the thing is, let's say your sim is right here and they just want to simply go over there. They are not going to walk. They are going to turn into a mist, and they are going to travel across that space. And in my opinion, I'd rather just take the few steps. It's not going to take long just to get right there. But if they are traveling quite a good distance, let's go look at this Sixum mosquito trap, okay? You can just teleport here as a mist and watch. Come on, sis. There you go. Now she right there. And there she is over there. So she got over there faster than if she was just to walk on her own, okay? So if you want to disable it, just click on your sim, go to vampire, and you can disable always move as a mist. Another option to transport is to always move as a bat. So let's go up on the porch. She's going to turn into a bat. And it take her forever to get with the program. Sis, do it. Yeah. See? So let's fly here as a bat. Now she's going to fly there. And there she go. So those are some ways that you could transport as a mist and also as a bat. Now, it's really helpful, in my opinion, if you are going further distances that would take your sim quite a while to be able to walk around to, okay? But just doing it all the time, I don't know about that. Just to go to the bathroom and you sitting in the kitchen, nah. Girl, just get up and walk. Alright, so you could go to vampire and you can enable vampiric run. Which is pretty much vampirically run here. Girl, jeez. She act like she's sneezing. But yeah, when you vampirically run. Hold up, where is she going? There you go. Listen, try to show you how to move around as a vampire. She did not make that easy, smooth, or nice for me at all, how I envisioned it. That was so rough around the edges just now, wasn't it? But at least she showed you what she needed to show you. She just didn't have the best presentation with it. But anyways, something else that you could do is you could show your dark form. And that's what her dark form looks like. And then you could just go and be a vampire and hide your dark form. Whoa, wait a minute, where you go? And now she's back to normal, just like that. Something else that your vampire sim can do is they could go to vampire, they could go to influence emotions, and they could select different emotions that they would like to have a burst of. So since she wants to be a writer, we could do a burst of inspiration, okay? Yeah, so it's pretty much that. Now we're going to use Caleb after he gets out the tub to show him what the last power of the night is. We're going to have her, no, she doesn't need to cook. Y'all had that plasma salad for her. And he over here cooking. Jeez, y'all. He making a grilled cheese sandwich. And she's still laid out on the floor. And how is it that we have an introduction to make to her? We know each other. Like, we know each other. So, I don't understand why we need to be formally introduced to each other. I really don't. This game is a trip. Y'all know this game be having bugs sometimes. Another bug that I have noticed is this. When you go to the PowerPoint, Remember I told you that once your sim reaches the Grandmaster Vampire, you can select these and won't have to take a new weakness? That didn't work on this load game. Now, when I was doing my research and everything, because it tells you that in the game, that once you reach Grandmaster, if you want to add any more of these points, you can do so, and you won't have to take any more weaknesses. It tells you that. Now, when I was doing my research, I didn't have to take any more weaknesses. But for some reason, with her, I had to. Y'all know this game is full of bugs, so I just want to point that out to you, that it may make you take more weaknesses as a vampire even after you've progressed past being a Grandmaster. I know it's a little confusing, but you know, this game is confusing. Everything about The Sims is butt backwards sometimes. And speaking of butt backwards, somebody get her up out the floor, please. I'm glad this party is almost over. This party was terrible, y'all. I'm known to throw some terrible parties in The Sims. If you've seen my previous videos, then you know I am good for throwing terrible parties. But this one, I think this was probably one of the worst parties that I have ever thrown in The Sims.
Ooh. Oh. Oh. Uh-huh. Yes.
She got to go home. And Caleb needs to take another bath so he can lay down. He got Jordans on. Anyways, let's get my Sims together so they can have a productive day at work. Because, yeah, well, she don't have to go for 2 days. But anyways, because this party is terrible. It is 2:20 a.m. in the game, and it is 2:46 a.m. in real life. And I want these Sims out of my house. They gotta go. So we're gonna get everybody together and get them out my house, and we're gonna talk about aspirations that your sim vampires can have. With this game pack comes vampire aspirations also. They are listed under the occult group. Now, so this video is in 400 million bazillion trillion hours long. I'm not going to do the aspirations, but I am going to give you an overview of them so you know what they are. To complete them, you're basically going to be doing vampire stuff, okay? Now, the first one is the Master Vampire. And this sim wants to become a wise and powerful vampire. Basically, it's you getting to the top of the ranks of vampires, okay? And the reward trait is a true master. It says, as a true master of vampires, Lilith can use the irresistible command power on all of her offspring. Whoopee. Vampire family. This one wants to create a family of vampires. So the reward trait is, I am the master. Lilith has mastered all mind powers and built a vampiric legacy. She now has the power to command her vampire offspring with greater efficiency. And then we have good vampire. This one wants to control her thirst and remain as human as possible. And the reward trait is regained humanity. This vampire is known as one of the good and kind vampires of the world. Sims are more willing to agree to being fed on by this vampire to keep them good. So those are the 3 vampire aspirations that comes with the Sims 4 Vampires pack. So let's say that your sim is tired of living this vampire mess and wants to live life as a normal sim. If you have every vampiric power, your needs are not going to decay except for your thirst. You don't really need to sleep often. You don't die. Your fun doesn't decay. Your hygiene doesn't decay. None of your needs decay except for thirst. And you're just not going to die. So your sim can drink the vampire cure and instantly turn human. Caleb is not cut out for this vampire mess, as you can tell from this video. He's not the best vampire. And I feel like he would be better off as a regular sim. So his sister made him the ultimate vampire cure drink, and we're gonna have him drink it, okay? And we're gonna see what happens when your sim who is suffering from vampirism drinks the ultimate cure. So let's go wake him. Okay, love. Wake up, sweetie. You see him pose after that? He know that was smooth. He know that was smooth. All right, Caleb, go downstairs and have your drink, baby. A new future awaits. Hey, where'd she go? We don't care. All right.
No.
And now he has normal needs as a regular human. Sim. If you want to call him human. You know what I mean. So, it said, Caleb Vittori has left the undead life behind and is no longer a vampire. It doesn't take long at all. Like, he's pretty much instantly transformed into a normal sim. And he even got a happy +3 moodlet that's going to last for 8 hours. Listen, I would be happy too if you turned me from a vampire back into a human. A normal sim, rather. It says the curse of vampirism has been lifted. The savings and dental bills alone are a reason to celebrate. You know what? Ooh, this game is a trip. So now Caleb is real happy that he is back to normal. Yay. Now, if Caleb, where's she at? Where's she at? Oh, there she goes. Excuse me. My allergies are bothering me, so I apologize for that sneeze. But anyways, let's say Caleb has experienced life as a regular sim and he decides, yo, you know what? This ain't for me. I want to become a vampire again. He can ask a vampire who has the ability to turn people into vampires, okay? If the sim has the ability to turn you into a vampire, then you can ask them to turn you. Or if the relationship is good enough between you guys, they could just click on vampire and turn you into a vampire. So what they're going to do is they will bite you, they will suck your plasma, and they will turn you into a vampire, but it will take a while. It's going to take a period of a few days to be able to pull it off, okay? You're not going to instantly become a vampire like you will if you're a vampire becoming a regular sim again, okay? So, I'm not going to turn Caleb. I feel like Caleb needs to experience life as a regular sim. I feel like he would do way better. But you know what? He loves his sister. Him and his sister are extremely close. And I'm going to let them enjoy their lives together as one. You know, it's no reason for him to be afraid of her. She is not going to bite him in his sleep. You know, like he can make her some plasma fish, you know, that she can use her ability to make plasma packs with, you know, so he can help out. You know, he can go over to the pond, he could collect her some fish, he can make her some plasma packs because he still has the ability to do so. And the reason why he has the ability to do so is because he still has a lot of vampire lore skill points, okay? Just because he is a human doesn't mean that that knowledge left him. So, you know, like I said, it's no reason for him to be afraid of his sister. They're going to be able to coexist together as one and continue being a happy, dysfunctional sim family, okay? So that's pretty much that. I know it was a lot. I told you that it was going to be a lot because dealing with these vampires is a lot of information, and I tried to fit everything in and do it as quickly as possible, but you know, Sims are going to be Sims at the end of the day. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was a lot, but make sure to subscribe. Check out my other videos. Follow me on social media and Twitch, okay? And check out my site. It's itsyourgirlfury.com. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Y'all, it is 3:12 in the morning. In real life, they wore me out. But I'm happy I did it. And I hope you enjoyed it. Whew, child. I need to get some sleep. I'm not a real vampire.